What's going on, guys? My name is Aotic and I'm back with another VulnHub CTF, this time with MinU v2. And this machine was pretty interesting. It had XXE Injection via file upload that handles XML with SFG files. And we basically have to utilize that to view files on the system to figure out a user and then view that shell history of that user, and then we get an SUID binary that is running a less commonly known text editor, and from there we can edit the passwd to give us root. Okay, let's begin by looking at the nmap results. See, we get SSH open and we get 3306 open, which nmap guesses is MySQL, but from this content it looks to not be. It looks to be a framework, I believe, that is written in Crystal, hipster language. But so yeah, it's pretty obvious this is a web server from this output. And if you don't know the scan I ran default scripts, version detection, output in 3 formats. And so let's look at this. Let's look at this web server. I'm not sure if I take the IP. And yeah, I gotta go to the port. So yeah, it mentions the web framework. Look in the source, we don't really see anything, so I'm going to do a gobuster. This is gobuster 3.0, so the command is a little bit different, not too different. Just going to use and just do HTML and PHP and output that to gobuster.log. And we found a page right away. Looks to be a image upload. Look in the source, we can see it's an SVG. It's looking for SVG files, or that's all it will upload. So if you don't know SVG files, we can actually put like XML into it. So let's Google around for a basic SVG file we can work with. Like try to Google SVG image, and we could use this. Just to see what exactly happens when we upload it. So yeah, it looks like it's displaying some output onto the screen after we upload it. So this looks like it could be an XXS vulnerability. We can test that further. I'm going to be using burp. Let's make sure intercept's on, and yeah, let's upload it again and we'll tamper with it. I'm going to send this to repeater. And intercept off. And then we can play with it here. So I'm just going to take all this content away just to play with it more. We could try to display some basic HTML and see what happens. And it does look like it gets outputted. So yeah, we can basically submit and it will output out to us. So from this point on, you notice that it does handle it with XML, so that's the potential for XML or XXE injection, which is like XML external entity injection. So we could try to search for a payload somewhere. Just need something basic. So yeah, I'll try to use this and see what happens. Okay, looks like that one didn't work too well. There we go. So as you can see, we can view the passwd. This is vulnerable to XXE injection. So now we have the ability to read files on the file system. So looking at this, we see that there's an employee user and it's using ASH. So we see its home directory as well. So we could try to view files. I don't really like this part. I feel like it's kind of far-fetched, but you know, whatever. It's just my opinion. So let's look at since we know it's using ASH, we can view the ASH history. Should be this, and you can see we get a password. So we know employee is a confirmed user on the system, and we know we have a password. Write that down, and you know the employee user exists. So, and we also know that SSH is running on the system. So let's just see it. Just try it and see what happens. And there we go, it worked. Okay, now that we have user, we can enumerate the system further, and I'm going to be using GotMilk's blog for this. You can put like all the enumeration scripts you want. But I'm going to search for most common privesc in this difficulty, or what they would set up, which would be an SUID. And you see we get a binary called micro, that's a SUID as root. So let's actually run this binary to see what it does, and we get some kind of text editor. We can use the help page to figure out some functionality of it. So micro is a terminal-based text editor that aims to be easy to use and intuitive. So yeah, it's basically yeah, it's what it is, a text editor, and it runs as root. So with this information, we can attempt to pipe it into passwd into micro and edit the passwd, and see we can add our own user since this is running as root, since it's an SUID. So for this, I'm going to be referring to like rival passwd, get a reference. And the main command I want, because I don't feel like trying to remember it, is this. I'm going to copy this, and let's just do user3, let's add in that password, and basically just copy what root has up there. And I'm going to do a Control-O. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I don't care. So it's there. Let's attempt to SH to it. And yeah, this is kind of weird. Looks like we need to add another H because it doesn't recognize the one we already put there. So let's just do that and see what happens. So I'm going to add just another H. And let's try it again. And we have root. And here's the flag. So yeah. that's how you do the machine. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Should be more content coming soon. Just trying to do some of the newer VulnHub machines currently, so yeah. See you guys later.